Sup cat girl fans? Welcome to Daily Neko. News you can meowsly trust. Straight from the kitten's paw. Today, my pee-pee is hard, and also I had a story about the triumph of good over evil. Of censorship over speech. I was drawn to this tweet by Jay Avila, investigative reporter at News for San Antonio. Resolution being voted on by San Antonio City Council this morning labels terms, Chinese virus, and Kung Fu virus, as hate speech, and all persons are encouraged to report any such anti-Semitic, discriminatory or racist incidents to the proper authorities for investigation. Furthermore, a citizen who regularly attends city council meetings was sharing his thoughts on this resolution, but his mic was cut off. I wanted to see for myself, so I found it. Here's the video of the entire city council meeting that took place on May 7, 2020, and the issue at hand begins at the 4-hour mark. Item 5 is our boy.
We'll go now to item number 5.
Let's watch. Be warned, however, these assholes are fucking boomers and don't have a good audio setup, so their mic boost is too high and it peaks and it kills your ears from time to time. Try not to die of audio or the retardation you are about to witness. I'll just skip to the crucial and meaty parts. Link to this page will be below.
Item 5 is a resolution affirming the city's commitment to the safety and well-being of all community members and combating hate speech. And whereas COVID-19 will not be stopped by political boundaries and was not created or caused by any race, nationality, or ethnicity.
How about government?
And the World Health Organization has cautioned against using geographic descriptions that can fuel ethnic and racial discrimination. And whereas COVID-19 has infected people from all racial, national, and ethnic backgrounds, and whereas the City of San Antonio is fully committed to the safety, security, and equal treatment of its residents as it confronts the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas each individual has the ability to promote inclusiveness, celebrate diversity, support all fellow community members, prevent the spread of misinformation, and reject hate and bias in all forms. And whereas hate crimes, discrimination, and aggression against Asians and Jews are on the rise throughout the country as these groups are being blamed for the COVID-19 outbreak and spread. And whereas as our history has shown, times of great fear, uncertainty, and unrest can lead to the demonization, blaming, and scapegoating of groups as the other. And whereas extremists are taking advantage of COVID-19 to spread their hateful ideologies, including anti-Semitism, racism, Islamophobia, and xenophobia. And whereas amid the growing spread of COVID-19, there are surging reports of bias-motivated incidents targeting members of the Asian and Pacific Islander community in the U.S. And whereas COVID-19 is a public health issue, not a racial, religious, or ethnic one, and the deliberate use of the terms such as Chinese virus and Kung Fu virus to describe COVID-19 only encourages hate crimes and incidents against Asians and further spread misinformation at a time when communities should be working together to get through the crisis. And whereas the Jewish community has been targeted with blame, hate, anti-Semitic tropes, and conspiracy theories about their creating, spreading, and profiting from COVID-19. And whereas to target the stigmatize, specific communities for the COVID-19 outbreak and worldwide spread creates an inexcusable risk to all communities.
It's anti-stigmatization. Did you practice reading this ahead of time? What the hell? Why are you in this position if you're supposed to read this and you're out here struggling to read like an American public-educated high schooler? Also, it's xenophobia. You don't even know how to pronounce it. You don't even know what you're talking about. Why are you agreeing to something you can't even pronounce? So mysterious.
And whereas all persons are encouraged to report any anti-Semitic, discriminatory, or racist incidents to the proper authorities for investigation. Section 7, this resolution is effective immediately upon the receipt of 8 affirmative votes. Otherwise, it is effective 10 days after passage.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. And I will go ahead and take one citizen signed up to speak on this item, Jack Finger.
Well, Mayor Nuremberg, other members of our illustrious San Antonio City Council, for the record, my name is Jack M. Finger. You know, we citizens who come by here to speak, and those of you viewing these things, bear in mind that this occasion is not just basically where you, as viewers, get a chance to see us as citizens, but it may actually be a documentary whereby you may even actually see crimes committed before your very eyes. Yes, this item whereby you're claiming that persons are causing hate speech, hate crimes, by means of simply saying that the source of the big virus that we are all experiencing came from China, and thereby call it the China virus. Well, you're saying that I'd be committing a hate crime by saying that. Would I be committing a hate crime if I said that the Asian flu came from Asia, or that the West Nile virus came from the West Nile area? Would I be discriminating against those folks? Well, apparently through this ordinance, you're saying or this resolution, you're saying I would, and you'd want to throw me in jail for that there. Well, before you do that, Mr. Mayor, but please, allow me to just try to mitigate my sentence, if you would. I think I can plea bargain with you on this. If you think it's a violation of the Stay Home Work Safe order, please call 210-247-SAPD or email COVID-19@sanitary.gov. Yes, thank you. Return the camera to the podium, if you would. I think I can help mitigate this, and I'm going to plea bargain with this by means of reporting violations. You see, I'm going to go ahead and snitch and say that I have seen, I think it was City Councilman Trevino and City Councilman Pelaez earlier. You guys were not wearing your mask, and even though we have measured.
Microphone muted.
So as you can see, even in the source video they cut off audio when Jack Finger is holding council members responsible and pointing out their hypocrisy. Now that's what I call a pro YouTuber move. If someone says something you don't like, just take down their video so no one else can hear what he's saying. That always ends well. I don't know if these people would be honest, but it might be worth it to ask them if they intentionally muted him or if something went wrong. But why would we trust them anyway? They want to censor people and arrest people for calling it the Wuhan virus.
Thank you very much, Mr. Finger. Thank you very much to my colleagues for considering this item. Councilmember Pelaez.
Thank you. Mayor, this is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do at the right time. We have a very long history in the United States and a tradition, sadly, of xenophobia. It's in our DNA. It's alive and well, and I believe that it's more dangerous and more contagious than a virus. Thankfully, however, there is a vaccine. That vaccine is light. That vaccine is drawing moral lines in the sand and saying, we will not tolerate this. And since this coronavirus has landed on our shores, we've seen an alarming uptick in attacks on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, and that's what this is. Despite the bad dinner theater that we just had to sit through, really what we're talking about is defending people's rights to exist in the United States without harassment and indignity. We've seen attacks on Jewish Americans, and those attacks are born from the nastiest of conspiracy theories and libels, claiming that Jewish Americans are spreading this virus and that they're even profiting from it. And it breaks my heart.
I sees. So hate speech and racism and xenophobia are all inventions or tools of our wretched American society, you say? And also, hate speech is more dangerous than any virus, you say? Wow, I'm so sad. All this time I thought that all peoples throughout history started and promoted all of those things even before America's existence. If only we were as caring and humanitarian as the Chinese. They're being so nice and kind to the Uyghur Muslims by giving them free education and food and housing and teaching them discipline and teaching them the language. We should all strive to be as good as China. Kilostima. Apparently Manny Pelotas here thinks that valid concerns about proposed hate speech laws and Gestapo authoritarianism is bad dinner theater. Well, you San Antonio voters know what to do next time he's up for re-election, right? Oopsie. We also have Ted Cruz here shitting on these guys. XD. Welp. We'll see how things play out as all of these silly politicians and polices and legislators continue to try to outdo China. You know how you can support. Thanks for watching. Remain vigilant and don't get trolled out there. Suck my dick, faggots.